cannot burn bridges.
Okay.
It's too
I get it.
fragile.
But, saved by the draft.
Oh my god. Oh, the draft. Yeah.
Let's go.
Well,
It's starting.
we were, Yankos and Perks was talking about Draven, Kalista, Orianna. So far, there's an eco, so at least that ritual will be broken just a little bit, but I'm pretty sure we will still see that Draven ban to come out for T1. Hans Summer, it is just his bread and butter.
Yeah, and I want to be a little bit more serious now in this draft because all the rules are lifted. It's the last international stage game that we'll have for 2023. It's ending on a banger. Christmas is soon, even if it feels like it is today. And we should be expecting the Draven ban from T1 in the last. And I want to say Jarvan is a really, really good ban as well. Probably going to see Lee Sin from Oner.
I'm kind of hoping he's going for the Briar again, though. That would make me feel very good because that would give us a great chance.
If he picks Brian, no, I will not make any bets today.
Open.
All right, so
Draven is open.
It was a big talking point that
was the one, So Draven Kalista was the one that we were talking about so often. Question is, will they just insta-log it? You can see they're talking to Hans right now in the scene.
Yes, Hans is
like,
smiling.
should I do it?
It's handsome Summer, and he's
okay.
of course.
There we go. He's not.
And the crowd goes wild. This is exactly the reaction.
Yeah, exactly the reaction he wants. Can he do it on another champion? He's not beating the allegations yet, but he's going for Draven again. And we love to see it, one of his best champions. It's going to give us fireworks indeed. And for the first time, no, actually, since the first game, T1 is free to pick whatever they want.
Yeah, and there are so many good champions open right now. Rumble will be picked here. Oh, it will be Varus, and
this could be the one that gets flex top lane as well with the tank build. We already seen Jeskla bust out the tank build earlier today, but this could still be a flex champion.
It's possible that build can also be the same. Maybe play it for 80k, but anyway, it's a Gumayusi special. We saw him play it in the last game as well. Outplaying the Zeri as hard as I've never seen the Zeri being outplayed before. So very strong champion for Gumayusi. And then, I think the Rumble should be a champion that's being picked up as well. We know the Varus is on bot lane. Rumble, Varus, fantastic picks.
I actually think, I've been trashing a bit on Zeus for picking a lot of range top laner, but at least he hasn't actually been picking the Rumble today, only until he gets serious. This champion has been a problem for a lot of people and is very strong in that top side.
Probably get locked in if we know Yike in terms of his track record this year, but...
Yone?
That could be up for Broken Blade.
That's special. Do it!
Oh my god, Yone Draven GG.
Yeah, let's go!
Let's go!
I hope that's going in the top lane.
It will most likely.
Maybe.
Most likely. If there's an Azir pick on 3, Yone is notoriously good pick into Azir as well.
G2 recently.
So possible.
Signed Kesha as well, of course.
So
the hover could come in there. If there's one way to Windows, that would have been locking in the Nunu.
They fired him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Well, all right, well.
Velvet?
Shout out to
that. Shout out to Kesha anyway.
So 2 signature champions here already being picked up. Hans Summer on Draven is like, even 5 years ago, if you were asking who was the best Draven, it was for sure Hans Summer at this point. And Broken Blade on Yone, a fantastic pick, but the other pick, obviously, Belveth. They're probably anticipating as well the Lee Sin, and now we have brawlers on both sides. Draven wants to play aggro, Varus strong on lane, Yone Rumble melee matchup, Belveth Lee Sin, so there's a lot of fighting potential right now.
I think it was also for G2 right now is turning into a win lane, win game kind of philosophy already with a lot of the carry picks. Like traditionally, obviously, you want to pinpoint where your carry point is going to come through, but as you can already see now, it's throughout the entirety of the map. But it is easier to play through a Belvet if you have champions that has agency with Prio. Most lanes, Draven does get the Prio as well, so counter jungling, them grouping around Jike, what made them so successful in winter, would be great seeing already.
So now we have the mid lane and support picks both open for both teams. The question is now, what do you want to pair the Draven with? What do you want to pair the Varus with? Counter pick on support is very important. So now, what is T1 going to pick on 4 here? Is it the mid lane pick or for Faker?
Yeah.
Or is it the support pick for Keria?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be... I could be wrong, but,
but
the R5 Keria is like...
I would agree with you as well, because I'm even thinking now, have we seen Keria play the Varus support? I can't remember, but just for picking mid lane in here would be so easier for you.
What?
That would have been sick.
That
if we could
really
just
sick.
get, if we could get Wei now here. Akali.
Akali.
What a world where I'm disappointed about Akali after I've just seen a Wei Hub, but this is still very awesome.
Yeah.
Of course. But you saw how focused both teams are. There are way less smiles than the games
less
before.
smiles as Hans Summer just smiling.
I mean, Hans Summer has to play Draven, so I mean, of course he's going to smile. He is very, very happy.
No!
Yes, give it to us, guys.
I love cats, but not in League of Legends.
I feel like
no.
to lose.
Okay. Thank God.
are going with an engage, and I think you need to pair an engage up when you play against the movement. You can always see it from the bands, right? They still respect the Ashe from Keria, but outside of that, having the Braum taken away just means that we want to go engage. We want to mitigate the fact that then can go one of the best Wardens into it, and you've already set yourself up for some nice Mumu 2v2s down in the bot lane now with the Draven.
Yeah, you have to play an aggressive support. Nautilus was gone, Rel was gone, and there is Silas. Super strong pick. Jeremy
Varus
right now in this
Rumble.
pitch. You have the Rumble ultimate, you have the Varus ultimate, but also the Akali matchup. Both teams are right now very aggressive, want to go in.
Love
you
it.
have you have literally 3 champions. Oh my god, is it gonna be?
Is it time? Is it Bard? Is it
I mean,
Kalista?
Keria can pull out everything. You know, there would be nobody else where you're hovering Kalista and you're like, it's gonna be support. Oh my god, guys.
Lock it in.
Do we have it?
Well, he's also great at Bard,
Yeah.
but it's just, it's different.
Bard still.
Well, he is getting a bot skin, sadly it's not out
Exactly.
yet. So, yeah.
Oh, it's such a flex, actually.
Yeah. Ah, I could play my
Amazing.
own skin.
So, what do we think? We have to remember it all because it disappeared.
Yeah, it's
but
no problem.
What's
so
going to happen?
on bot lane, it will be the Bard Varus matchup against Draven Amumu. Amumu wants to go in. Draven Varus.
No analytics. Just how's the brawl going to be? Come on.
T1 wants to fight. G2 wants to fight. I think there will be a lot of mistakes. There will be a lot of brawls. I think we will be in a game where at least we have 10 kills by minute 5. So yeah, I think there will be a very kill-heavy game.
Listen, I love you, Sheepy, but you can't rock out with the best about the hype and the brawl. But there's one person who can, and he's standing on the other side. It's Dracos.
Wow.
Oh, I thought it was Vedius for sure, but here we are. It's the hype, it's the brawl.
What's up?
I'm going to tell you right now what's going to happen on the bottom side of the map, Berlin. They're going to kill the shit out of each other. They're going to murder each other. They're going to queue up. It's going to be life or death from level 1. And that's what you want to see. Mickey X Keria, they know each other super well as players.
Also, Dracos and I have been casting 5 games, so we're
It's
excited.
going to get loose, folks.
Get loose. 6th game of the day, well, 7th game of the day. My mistake. We did, of course, play one at the very beginning.
That's true.
Between the 2 German organizations, but we're getting ready for the Rift. Hans Sammer's Draven. Something we don't get to cast domestically very often.
No.
Often taken away from him. Caps his Silas versus Faker's Akali.
Oh, 2019 Classic! Which, if you watch European League of Legends, you know that's our favorite year.
Now, a lot of eyes are going to be on this top lane matchup. Broken Blade did not leave the World Championship, well, with a good impression. Okay,
Yeah.
He's going up against Zeus on his Rumble. Yone can be a very good matchup, but it's not going to be an easy one. Zeus has been on fire today when it comes to the 1v1.
And while T1 are a terrifying opponent, at least it's not NRG.
That's true.
Because let me tell you, losing to T1, probably fine. As a European fan, I don't think I could take it again if they lost to another NA team. I would break my heart.
Let's see if they can
Again.
go toe-to-toe with the world champions. Oner getting his hands on his comfort pick of Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Faker on Akali once more. Gumayusi. I mean, Varus is pretty much like his champion. It's the champion that I think of him the most. Like, obviously, he's got a fairly lengthy career at this point, and he's played a wealth of champions, but this one was just so significant in their series back in 2022 World Finals, and the impact that he has on it as well. When he played the on-hit Varus at the World Finals this year, he's just spectacular when he gets his hands on the Varus.
Even in, I think, the quarters, it was when he was able to get that 1v1 against the Aphelios with green-white, and he knew his damage perfectly, and he just walked face first, I'm going to say into light, and just obliterated him in the 1v1. It was incredibly confidence-inspiring for Gumayusi. He's a guy who's had really, really high highs, but hasn't always been able to transition that into those big series wins until this year, and have to see if he can keep that level of performance going up against G2. G2 obviously know how to leverage the Draven. You highlighted it. It's a comfort pick, it's a signature pick, and for good reason. Guardian proc coming out though, Hansama getting the worst end of this trade overall. Now Guma starting to free fire, a little bit more damage going down. Keria ticking away from the Ignite.
Holy, look at the fighting. Flash, Ignite, Ghost, Burn, Cleanse, Ignite from the side of G2. Yike, level 2, already looking for a potential dive.
Have to be ready to commit to it.
They're treating this like a scrim down Dracos. Like, this is
Full
level
commit.
2 all in.
Moving 2 Q stacks. Hansama walks forward. Yeah, he can just flash W instantly. Keria is now taken out. Gumayusi's gonna be in trouble too! 2 kills on the bottom side! Traded back for 1!
G2 come out swinging, all in at level 1, and at level 2, they make the dive happen.
And I feel like they
Gold lead against
forgot.
T1.
I feel like T1 forgot. I feel like they had to be reminded why you do not give this man Draven.
Look at the flash from Mickey afterwards as well. Just trying to get as much damage as possible, knowing that he was going to sacrifice his life for this play, and it was totally worth it. Look at how much farm ends up getting lost. Mickey level 2 roam. The top side of the jungle is being stolen away. Level 2 versus level 3, but it's a 2v1.
Such a hard 1v1. Instantly the lockup, the knockdown!
And that's a kill for Yike.
And that's a lead in the early game versus T1.
Can't get excited though. Down Dracos, we've seen T1 earlier
What are
in the
you
day.
talking about? I am amped. Do you hear Berlin right now? Everybody's amped.
G2 playing well. Faker, is he going to go for the dive? Here comes Keria.
Waiting on the E2. Caps waiting at the timer. Well played. Nice sidestep back.
Restraint being shown by Faker.
Keep in mind on the bottom side, it looks like Guma might have a freeze on the wave though. So he's going to be picking up a lot of extra gold and experience.
Yike. He's a little bit behind in terms of farm, but that doesn't matter when he's got 2 kills. Broken Blade being bullied a little bit in the 1v1. Jungler is hovering around the top side, so Zeus does have to be cautious of that. Caps. And Yike looking for a play in mid.
Waiting. How much time has he got left on the abduct? Not going to find the angle. Knockup is there. Interrupts the shuriken flip, but Yike does not want to overcommit. Doesn't know where Oner is.
Faker also choosing not to extend that trade. Playing this 1v1 matchup very nicely though. Has a small CS lead for now. Oner will be able to get the box Scuttle Crab. Now let's see if T1 can make a dive of their own. Hansama very low. Has the flash still.
This is big. T1 with a pretty decent XP advantage here, at least for Guma and for Oner.
Mickey actually looking for an engage there.
Just walking up, knows that he does good damage. Nice. Keria level 2 bard, very much not threatening without Ignite.
Well, now Yike has to escort Hansama through the lane. They need to make sure that this wave gets pushed out. It is a very dangerous position for Hansama to be in. Mickey.
X-Flash over the wall. Instantly, Guma's now locked up. Yike now stepping forward. The flash out. Into the portal is key. I think Yike anticipating a sidestep there.
Nice play from Mickey. Putting that pressure on the level 2 bard. Able to get away to safety, though. This is what we like to see. These 2 supports recognized across the world. Obviously, Keria, the reigning world champion, but Mickey, internationally, always able to make his presence known. And so far in this game, he's doing a fantastic job. Oner, though, back on the map. Hansama, very low HP.
Hansama very much in trouble. Ignite already ticking. Portal is there for Oner if he wants to take
Sidestep.
it. Beautiful sidestep.
He ran towards him. He put the pressure on Oner.
Do what you want.
Rather than trying to run away. I'm either going to go left or right. Where are you going to gamble?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like Oner a little overeager there. Maybe could have taken the portal, got closer, tried to line up the E, but doesn't get the angle. Nice sidestep from BB. It's not going to stop Zeus from just forcing in this wave and backing if he so chooses.
CS advantage already, 50 to 29. We talked about how Zeus in the 1v1 has been dominant today, and he's going to continue that. Obviously, this matchup will get a little bit easier for Broken Blade as he gets more items under his belt. In the side lane, he's going to scale very well. Oh, Mickey in a bit of danger here.
Trying to hold the wave.
All right, he's going to be fine. Draven should be able to catch this as well. Mickey even going to use his support item to secure that one and get a bit of gold. Keria now back out onto the map.
Is there an angle to make a play? Doesn't seem like it. Just going to grab Chimes in the meantime. Of course, if you missed the bar changes a gajillion patches ago, he's fast forever now. So
he is the speed.
He is the speed.
Caps, though, again, taking unfavorable trades against Faker. Faker just using that range that Silas kind of has to commit to be able to find any advantage, and Faker kind of playing on the edge, going for the early healing reduction.
Yeah.
Those are the type of trades Caps needs to take, but Faker comes out on top once again.
Yeah. So much of Caps' ability to win trades is decided by the healing that comes through on Kingslayer. Yeah, he's gonna look for the knockup. Won't quite connect. A little bit awkward there, but Mickey will find the angle. Again, no follow-up here, however.
Don't want to overcommit. Jack just providing
top side
cover.
You see the picture-in-picture. Broken getting a little bit aggressive. Doesn't quite have enough time on the Soul Unbound to find the kill or push for anything else.
Oh, Faker can set up a nice freeze here. There's no need for him to go back. He's just going to clear out that wave. Now G2 move into Fog towards the bot side of the map. Broken Blade's found Oner.
Level 6. As long as you stack the Q3 here, you have a pretty easy way out unless Zeus is willing to commit more.
Broken Blade going to get away to safety. Does, of course, still have the flash. They know where Oner is now. Will they look for a Drake? Oh, it looks like they're going to avoid it for the time being.
And my question is, can G2 put their foot on the gas? Because they're losing in CS and mid and top in a pretty big way.
If you look at the 3-kill advantage just like that, what have T1 done? They've closed the goal gap. They've done this all day. They're so good at playing around these plates, getting that bit of extra gold. They have a plate in mid. Haven't quite gotten that plate in top yet.
Hansama, good damage, immediate cleanse out, quick and easy kill pickup. Does not go over to the Draven. A little bit rough. They're gonna look for the knockup. Yike immediately gonna tank. He can try to get the E down and survive. He'll just barely be able to live. Must have been Triumph healing.
That has to have been the Triumph, yeah. The small bit of HP that Yike got back, enough to keep him alive. They find more kills on the bot side of the map, and G2 will quickly reclaim the gold lead. Oner, though, not going to waste any time. Going to start off that Herald, knowing where Yike is on the map. Let's have a look back at this play. Hansama sees an opportunity to go for an all-in trade, knows he has the level advantage. A lot of damage comes down, Cleanse comes out. He isn't quite able to get the kill. That does go over to Mickey, but they know that with the oncoming wave, they can make this play happen. Yike tanking up the tower, is able to, really nice binding there from Keria. You see that extra bit of HP he gained. Thumbs up from Yike. A clean play overall from G2.
Yeah, just barely able to get it out. Still would have been positive, of course, if it had been the 2-for-1, but the fact that they managed to get everybody out makes it that much better. Again, 58-81, the CS score in the mid lane, very much in favor of Faker. Similar story on the top side, but Hansama knows that he has to further extend this advantage. He is the strong point. He is the raid boss, and he makes damn good on that commitment.
No hesitation from Hansama. His Draven is respected around the world, and you're seeing exactly why. Easy pickup onto Gumayusi. Guma doesn't choose to expend the flash. 6 kills now for G2.
Faker, though, just trading aggressively in the mid lane. Again, T1, top and mid, steadily accruing these gold advantages. They just need to stem the bleeding bot lane, and they'll be okay. But it's on G2 to try to break this map open. Try to get Draven out of the bot lane, use that advantage elsewhere.
I mean, right now for G2, they are kind of bleeding gold in mid and top, as you rightly said. The solo lanes for T1.
Knockup is there.
Oh, hang on.
Q1 from the Amumu. Faker now going into Caps, but Caps is going to grab that kill. Again, clean performance thus far. From the side of G2, Broken Blade has to be careful. Queuing back through. Fate Seal, not enough. That's a kill already going down, but it's Oner who's been locked at the kickback into the tower. Yike will be okay. Oner in no man's land will just instantly get taken out.
A brawl all over the map. Broken Blade gets solo killed by Zeus in the top lane, but Caps, Yike, and Mickey make magic happen in the mid lane. Both Faker and Oner dropping. Hansama losing a bit of HP, losing a lot of HP. But here comes
G2.
Mickey.
On the approach, Keria has no good angle to throw down the magical journey. Guma now just going to try to go for the 1v1, and he's instantly going to be able to get it. That's one shutdown. But the banquet comes out. Yike going to grab that one.
A bit of revenge for Gumayusi, as he's able to punish Hansama. Left isolated, took far too much poke in the 2 versus 1. He's able to get himself a bit of gold back. Will, of course, cost him his life. Yike needs to be a little bit careful here. Isolated in the dragon bit, but he'll glide on over to safety. Mickey having a huge presence on the map. Roams up towards mids. They get this knockup on the Faker. He tries to use the E to create space, ends up losing his life. Oh no, Broken Blade.
Can he ult out to safety? He just doesn't have the space. Zeus is overheated. He doesn't even need abilities to try to finish the kill here. Gonna connect on the harpoon, and another kill in favor of Zeus on the top side of the map.
Broken Blade, he needs to be playing safer in this matchup. Later on into the game, he can definitely come out on top, but Zeus is just bullying him right now. T1 knowing that G2 needs to reset, find a window to secure the first dragon of the game. But even though the kills are 9-4, and the gold is 1.5k in the lead of G2, you just know that when it comes to the team fights, T1 are a force to be reckoned with. We saw it in the game versus Heretics. Their Baron was incredible.
Yep.
So we'll have to see if Hansama can actually navigate his way through these fights. Can he avoid a kick from Oner?
I mean, incredibly disciplined. And of course, Draven, you get the Blood Rush, you have a little bit of extra mobility, the Cleanse as well, but with how strong Zeus is, if he just throws an ult down on top of you with any kind of follow-up from Oner or Faker, hell, even Gumayusi, it's going to be so difficult to navigate these fights. But the strong points right now really are Hansama and Yike. Yike here on the top side, looking to use some of his strength to get BB back into this game. Fate Sealed goes completely wide. Zeus overheating, though, really has no recourse here yet. Broken Blade will need to snap back in a moment, and they're able to grab the kill just in time. Yike now on a rampage.
So Yike able to relieve some of the pressure in the top lane. Oner gonna run into Yike, but Faker on his way as well.
Yike able to
TP
dash
from
out
Caps.
to safety. TP's good, dash in, one-man knockup. Ooh, excellent Q3 through the wall to find 2. Caps has to be careful, though. He missed on the abduct. Caps now stepping forward, stolen Akali ultimate. Yike mitigating so much damage immediately to turn their attention right back to Faker. They're going to grab the kill. Yike unstoppable. Signature picks for G2 paying off. Going golden under the tower. Hansama not going to take the aggro. Now it's going to be Guma in trouble. The Whirling Death, it's coming out. Hansama going to grab another one. Keria going to be in trouble as well. Mickey can't just look for the follow-up. It's going to go a little bit wide. The stun into the wall. Keria, he's clean with it. Hansama just barely able to get out. How much longer? on the Cosmic Binding. Keria desperate to try and get one back. The Q will not connect. Mickey there to body block. Mickey there to tank the tower. The stun comes through. Mickey will give his life, but Hansama finds one. He needs to get the hell out, though. A TP. Now coming in, Faker on the hunt.
He's looking to try and execute. Faker on the hunt.
Even if he just gives the kill to Keria, it'll still be an overall positive. The knockback there, but it's the turret that gets the credit. Clean play from G2 and Hansama.
I mean, G2 are very quickly running away with this game. They're mounting the kills, they're mounting the gold, and a lot of it was off the back of Yike, finding great plays across the map. Of course, the 2v2 in the bot lane going heavily in the favor of G2. Zeus gonna get some plates back, but this early game is completely dominated by the jungle support of G2.
And we'll take a look back at this play, and you can see the initial dive.
The initial flash didn't quite go the way Mickey wanted it, but he lands the ult.
Yeah.
Good ultimate response from Keria to buy a little bit of time. The damage from Hansama, though, is just too much. Keria with a really nice binding here. The second aggro is taken, flashes away, connects Hansama to the wall, and then he just does what he can to buy time. Fortunately for Keria, it's not quite enough.
Yeah, and really crucial here, Mickey just standing right in front of Bard, so there's no way that Q can get through. Quick kill on the top side, though. Broke away the weak point of the map, and T1 trying to leverage their strength to continue to put him into the dirt.
Does so much damage. 6-0 and 5. He's been involved in 11 of G2's 15 kills. Broken Blade, the sacrifice in top lane.
And I mean, you heard it from him. He doesn't have the wealth of experience that so many other G2 players have playing against T1. First game showing up in a big ways.
I mean, yeah, we got to think back to when Yike debuted in the LEC. He was put on all these carries. And you have to imagine that coming into this draft, like we talked about comfort pretty much everywhere for either side. Perhaps maybe Mickey on Amumu. I don't know if he's famous for that, but everything else, things like Silas for Caps, Draven for Hansama, Yike and his Belveth, something that he is very, very confident on, and he is making magic happen on the Rift right now.
G2 gonna grab the Herald. Only one Drake taken thus far this game, so overall a pretty slow game in terms of a neutral objective. See what they can get done with this Herald. Yike, of course, it's the true form, the truest true form. So incredibly obnoxious pressure to be dealt with. Hex flash over the wall from Mickey will just spot Keria. But instant use of the Herald on the top side makes a lot of sense. Getting Broken Blade out of this lane going to do a lot of favors for G2.
Faker cross-mapping, looking to secure an outer tower of his own. Nice use of the Vard ultimate. Herald, sorry,
Equalizer.
Rumble ultimate can be used as well.
I like
You can
it.
still escort this to the tier 2. You can see Caps moving towards the top lane as well.
Now the awkward thing is it slows the play, but when the Herald doesn't connect, it also doesn't lose health from the charge. So a bit awkward, but there's Mickey instantly going for the play. They want to dive, they want to try to find the kill. Fate sealed onto 2. The follow-up is there. Yike able to make it out thus far. Snapback comes in for BB. Hansama still standing, but he's blinking low. Oner, can he find the kick? Can he find the angle? And he hits the Draven. He finds the angle. Faker has another one with the shuriken flip. Yike surely has to fall as well. And just like that, 1K into the back pocket of the greatest player of all time.
4 members dead. G2, they overstepped their bounds. I saw the rotation coming up from Caps, but the dive was far too overzealous and they get punished for it. The gold continues to ebb and flow. Both teams fighting back and forth. But I look at the minimap. What happened to Caps? He was looking to try and join this fight. The dive comes in from Mickey. The ultimate only connects onto Keria. And while a lot is used onto him, HP bars get chipped away. Yike is incredibly low. Hansama takes 1, maybe even 2 turret shots. And then Zeus sees an opportunity to flash in. Caps finally joins the fight, but it's too little too late. And here's a big shutdown that goes into the pocket of Faker. Now this Akali is going to be a real threat that G2 are going to have to find an answer for.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Again, coming into Worlds, you might not have been concerned that much about Faker, but his performance over the World Championship just got scary and scarier and scarier. And he still retained that form coming into the event today. 2-2, obviously not the most glorious scoreline, has a 20 CS advantage, but that much closer to a second item. Looks like he's going to finish the Morellonomicon. Could also be a Shadow Flame. We'll see where he wants to take that Hextech Alternator. But Hansama, placement on that ulti just a little bit awkward. Keria potentially overextending here, but has the rest of the team to cover for him, just to make sure that Hansama cannot freely auto-attack.
Faker and Caps trading in the bot lane. Perfect execution going to be used there by Caps. Faker just really dominating Caps in this matchup. We'll have control of the bot side of the map. T1 now looking to chip away as Hansama and Mickey used a lot of summoner spells there. Dragon is still a long way away, so no real objective to fight over right now. G2, I think they should look to slow down the game just a little bit. Get those resets off, spend what gold they have. Because T1, as you can very easily see, finding opportunities and slowly crawling their way back into the game.
Yep. Here's Hansama, that single Vamp Scepter, with just the sheer quantity of raw AD that he has, making it easy to stay sustained, even against a bit of poke from the Varus. It is just the on-hit Varus, though, so not quite as lethal. That said, it's going to be a tough game for Hansama. No summoners for the next few minutes. Second carry has ultimate up and available. You know, he will be the priority target. If they can isolate that Draven, it's a pretty easy kill. No real defensive tools outside of the stand aside, and if they're already on top of you because of that Bard ult, not a lot of room for response. But yike.
It's a big collapse in top lane. TP as well.
Two coming in. Caps on the flank. Yike continuing to step forward. Has to be careful. Zeus is incredibly strong in the 1v1. Caps now walking in, looking to lock up the Rumble. If they can just cut through Zeus, it'll be a good fight overall. They burn him down. He doesn't even get to use the ultimate. And now it's just another name. As Oner has to run for the hills. One more auto. The Whirling Death catches him on the backside. He flashes right into it.
He runs as fast as he can, but the axes from Hansama will chase him down. 2 kills secured for G2. Faker cross-mapping on the bot side of the map. He's too far away to secure this tower, though. G2, I don't think there's really any collapse available to them here. But they will get themselves another objective.
Broken Blade can go for the cancel here, but Faker just going to respect it and walk away. Yike now returning.
Oh, Guma.
Leaps in, takes the red. Level 10 for Guma. He is dead.
Yeah.
Yone
yes,
ultimate, a little unnecessary.
He thought he was safe hovering around Faker, but the collapse came through from G2. Now the TP from Caps was excellent. No vision on the side of T1. Caps completely ignores Keria, focuses down Zeus, and the damage is good. Mickey, meanwhile, over towards Oner, knows that he can throw down the ultimate as we get back to live.
Nice side step from Hansama. Not going to get connected on by the Cosmic Binding. 19 minutes into this game, 3K advantage for G2, 2 Drakes to the side of T1. Faker 2 items now. At this stage, see what the setup is going to be around this 3rd Drake. Soul point pretty crucial. T1 especially too, with Faker. He would really hate to go toe-to-toe with Mountain Soul, but G2 incredibly far away from that objective. Broken Blade feeling a lot more comfortable on the side lane, however, once he gets the Hole Breaker, might be able to handle the 1v1. Hansama just getting walked down right now, but Mickey is there to body block. That's the binding I was talking about. Faker can just immediately follow up. Hansama has been hit. Faker, does he want to follow up? He's incredibly low. Should be an easy, quick kill pickup for Faker. The cleanse, not going to be enough, but maybe I can get the counter punch. They will. Faker dropping down. Broken Blade buying enough space. So far, just going to be the 1-for-1.
I'm surprised that Hansama lived as long as he did there. Ends up being Faker for Hansama as an exchange. And both teams will choose to walk away. No real objectives on the map to fight for right now. Of course, the Baron is up, but not something you want to gamble right now.
Yep.
Definitely not if you're T1. You don't really want to actively force that fight against Hansama unless you can find a pick onto him. He doesn't have flash for now, which is a large part of why T1 were able to find that pick on to Hansama, but that flash is going to be available soon. So, as you rightly said, Oner just walking towards him, applies the smite, tries to sidestep Faker. Good Bard ultimate here, followed by the Rumble. The T1 a little hesitant to fully commit. Yike, though, the damage from him. He basically tries to peel for Hansama, sees Faker on the back line, and ends up being a 1-for-1. But Faker's only going to get better at killing that AD carry as the game continues.
That's what you grasped for? That was your moment?
Yeah.
More lethal as the game continues, as Yike
finds another kill.
Little golden freeze frame for that kill. Now able to go over the wall, courtesy of the true form.
He is so strong right now.
No, we thought this was going to be the Hansama show based on those early bot lane plays, but it really is the Yike show right now.
They're pushing in mid, dragon spawning in 10 seconds. They'll use this priority to control the entire bot side jungle of T1, deny them all of their vision.
T1 posturing on the top side. Looks like it'll just be the recall from Gumayusi. I thought potentially they could try to threaten a Baron, but it would just be too slow at this stage of the game. Yes, it is an on-hit Varus, but with no Ginsu's completed, still a pretty slow take. 2-7 for Guma.
I mean, a lot of the goal differences between these two AD carries. Jungle obviously has a pretty big advantage for Yike as well, level 13 to level 12. Stopwatch completed, he's going to steal away more camps.
Certainly is the slappiest Stingray.
Broken Blade going to get back to base by the Hole Breaker. Items just coming through. You imagine Bloodthirst is going to be done soon for Hansama.
Yeah, it should be.
And then the Baron becomes the next big play for both these teams. Are T1 trying to sneak this?
Yep, 100%.
No.
No.
That was an interesting 100%.
That was a Castor curse. You did it earlier. You got Oner killed. I just stopped the Baron from happening. Don't put this on me. All right, T1 just ready. Just reminding G2. T1 is a notorious 20-minute Baron team. Did not know.
You can see how tense the position is for T1 right now. They recognize the deficit that they're in. They know that if they try and force a fight, that may very well be worse for them. They need to try and find what picks they can or catch G2 off guard. And they may have found one.
Kick back onto Hansama, the Rumble ult ticking as well.
Perfect.
Easy kill. Pick up the TP now coming in. It's starting to feel a lot worse. Caps, what's the angle? He's going to steal Faker's ult away and he's going to dash out to safety. Yike. Already burning the E is pretty disastrous. No Rumble ult, but Mickey has to be careful. Broken Blade off on the flank. Is immediately going to ult out to safety, but now Keria is ready to follow up. The stun's going to connect. Guma uncontested. Quick shutdown to Oner, and T1 turn their sights to Baron.
And just like that, they find 2 quick picks. Oner with an incredible play onto Hansama, catches him completely off guard. Faker is there to follow up, and G2, there's no real way for them into this Baron pit yet, unless Yike can find a steal.
Root. Mickey just trying to find an angle into the pit. Yike, no knockup. Can't dash over walls currently with the Q. Now he can. Objective will get taken. G2 now just need to grab as many kills as humanly possible. Dash over the wall will not connect. Yike now going to follow up. Has to be careful though. Caps can't come over the wall quite yet. They're just trying to herd T1. They need to find some kills. They need to limit the impact of this Baron. They'll find at least one, but that's going to be it. Faker and Keria taken out.
But really nice play from T1. T1, they found that pick onto Hansama. They then punished Broken Blade for his awkward positioning. Oner now in a 1v1.
Oner knocked up. This is big. They're taking away at least one. Guma now going to get caught out as well. Caps immediately going to fall off with the stolen bars. Ultimate, he cannot take down Mickey. The burn will just barely connect. Maybe they can get Zeus as well, but Caps needs to get the hell out. Yike immediately going to go in, going to try to follow up, and he finds the kill. That's the angle. TP now coming in. It is Faker on the way.
And just like that, G2 punished T1. They find 3 kills. Mickey doing a great job finding that engage. Yike just doing more damage than what Oner can do. The late game power of this Velveth running T1 down.
He just got so many stacks. He's so oppressive. He's so powerful.
The Red Bull Baron power play amounting to very little. Oner goes to this fight and just look at the damage. Slap, slap, slap. It looks good initially for Oner, but Gumayusi can't really assist. I mean, his damage is still solid, but then a nice binding coming out from Mickey. The damage is there from Caps. Mickey buys a little bit more time. And then look at this flash from Yike. He's waiting, waiting, waiting. Flash, knock up. Then with the damage reduction, extremely well played by the mid jungle from G2. And they nullify the Baron.
And Oner, confident to just walk up and start taking that fight, knowing that Guma's behind him, unaware of how many members of G2 were waiting. Canceled his own Baron-empowered recall. I think he probably could have gotten out. Instead, opting to start the fight there, thinking that kicking back into Guma was enough. A little bit of a miscalculation. Minute left on the objective, though. There's not a lot for G2 to do here. They can already feel pretty happy that they've essentially entirely mitigated the impact of this Baron outside of the gold. And that's good news, because to be honest, both of these sides are going to struggle to clear Baron-empowered minions. Outside of the Rumble, neither one really has long-range, reliable wave clear. It's not a lethality bars. There's no Ziggs, there's no Zeus, there's no control mages whatsoever. So leaving a team uncontested with Baron could be disastrous for either side.
Yike gonna melt through this tower. Faker's forced to back away. He really is the Void Queen right now.
That's what I was gonna say. You really, this is the performance. This is the canonical lore performance that you're looking for. How she is holding any of those items with her weird pointed hands, I have no idea, but making it work.
That she is. Broken Blade going for a bit of a trade. It's a big shield from the W. Right now, G2 are just putting pressure down onto the mid lane to give them control over T1's bot side to then better set up for the Dragon, spawning in 15 seconds. So T1's response is to immediately move mid and get control over this wave so that they can access the river through the mid lane. You can see Keria already chipping away at that wave, and now G2 are forced to respond. So T1 making a smart choice. They can still have access into the river here, but it's very dark. Our observers highlighting how little T1 see. They have to slowly walk their way in. Here comes Faker.
They just want a 50-50 at Broken Blade now, able to ult out to safety. One less ult for the fight. That's the objective. Now taking Faker's going to go in anyway. Finds Broken Blade. Broken Blade taken out of the equation. Mickey trying to lock up Zeus. The ultimate already going down. Yike going golden. Hansama isolated all on his lonesome. The Shuriken flip will not connect. The ulti from Guma does. Hansama going to be in trouble. Keria trying to find the angle. Mickey gonna instantly find the stun. Perfect timing. The ult flash. It is immaculate from Mickey X. Yike there to follow up to be dominating. Guma now running. The stun is there. G2 have found the fight and Caps is on the hunt. The 80 carry of T1 has nowhere left to go.
Godlike for Yike. 4 members down. And G2 looking to reclaim some of the hope for Europe. T1 have been undefeated on the day, but G2 are looking to bring the fight to them. 30 kills to 15, 8K the gold lead. They are looking dominant in this match against T1.
Credit to T1. They've gone so many rounds today. Maybe they're a little bit worn down, but G2 is not giving them any mercy here. And
Look
again,
at Caps isolating Oner off on the side, not giving him an angle to find a play onto Hansama, but this initial fight is not good for G2. Mickey is isolated from the rest of his team. The Belfeth is locked up. The Rumble ult not getting a huge amount of value, and Hansama is so afraid of Faker. But then look at this play from Mickey. Keep your eyes on Mickey. He's going to find the flash, ultimate onto 3. Makes it easy for Hansama and Yike to clean up the backside of the fight. Meanwhile, Caps is getting the solo kill onto Oner. And there's nowhere for them to go. Beautifully played fight at the very end from Mickey to help win that fight for G2.
just perfectly timed bandage toss. Anything less, and it's very likely that Faker could have found the angle into Hansama, but makes it work. Outplays in the fight to find the angle. Broken Blade in trouble again. Well timed Q3 to get out
That's
of
the
safety.
Varus ultimate gone though. Baron in 45 seconds. This is what the fight is over.
Oh man, this is a little too stressful. They're gonna flip it.
They're gonna
I
flip
feel it in my heart. It might not
you
happen
remember
now.
Worlds. You remember.
I remember enough times that T1 have gotten into the pit and stole a Baron.
Well, I also
sweating.
remember the times G2 started the Baron and we were like, don't start the Baron.
Don't start the
50-50,
Baron.
Don't 50-50.
Don't do it. How many games domestically did they lose just flipping Barons? They didn't even have to make it to international.
I mean, this is
to
their
throw
opportunity.
like
They
that.
can end the year on a high, Dracos. G2 can round things out with a bit of redemption.
Yeah. Beat T1, lose to NRG. Balanced, as all things should be. Thanos meme, you know what I mean? Like, it's fine. It could all be fine. They just need to win here. That said, T1 incredibly far behind.
Until that
Despite
Nexus falls, I will never count T1 out.
Exactly. This is the caliber of team that T1 are, is that G2 have the same kind of leads that T1 has been getting against everyone else all day. And we are scared for G2 because T1 are so damn good.
Look at Oner, constantly looking for an angle. Maybe he can get behind them. Maybe he can find that pick onto Hansama. Of course, he does have all of his summoner spells up. 4 items completed. And Yike, really, like even if you kill Hans, is it enough to get through Yike? GA finished as well for this Belveth. T1 pushed back into their side of the jungle. Mickey on guard duty.
The scariest little mummy that there ever was. Bandage Toss not going to connect there. Guma just waiting pretty far back. Can just wait to see what G2 want to do, wait for them to commit to the play before he tries to wander into that jungle. Knows that it could be a death sentence for him. Doesn't have nearly as many defensive tools as the rest of his team. Mickey just continuing to walk up. Keria fishing for the binding. Will not find it. That's going to be 1 locked up. 2-man ulti. Broken Blade immediately going to follow. They're going to take the jungler out of the occasion. G2 going to keep the fight going.
What happened? I don't know what happened.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep you up to date as we have more information. That's what we call a cliffhanger. It's like your favorite Netflix show.
This is one of the worst moments you want to see a pause in.
Or the best, depending on how much you just like anticipation.
Oh, the tension is at an all-time high. G2 on the precipice of rounding out their year with a win against T1.
It's a little melodramatic to call it redemption, but as a European fan, it does kind of feel that way.
We had a
you know
bad year, bro. Let's not forget T1 was the reason we're 1647, okay?
That's true.
You know?
Don't put that on G2, but that's
I'm
true.
just saying T1 delivered us a handful, like our fair share of losses.
Best
this
and
year.
only best of 5 performance at an international tournament after MSI this year was BDS beating Golden Guardians.
True.
We didn't make it to another best of 5 after that.
We did have MSI, we did have
Yeah, but I said post MSI, which was like kind of cherry picky. It's not fair. Like MSI wasn't the best. Had our moments.
But the thing is, look at it like this. If G2 do win this game,
Oh, yeah?
yeah,
Okay. Wait, this
they
is
will have won the same number of games against T1
Yeah.
as the LPL did at Worlds.
True.
Back into the
And we're back
action.
into the game. Oh, God, it's an incredible portal. There's no follow-up. It was sick, but it just doesn't mean anything. Keria's dead, and the G2 are now slaughtering T1. Okay, a bit anticlimactic.
Here comes the Varus ultimate from Caps.
Caps overextending. Huge damage coming from Zeus, but the follow-up is there from the side of G2 as I catch my bearings here. Faker could be in trouble. Yike gonna follow up. The knockup is there. Yike should just be able to find this kill.
He's looking. Stridebreaker doesn't connect. Faker trying to create space.
He's fast,
G2
though.
are just hunting for kills right now. The thing is, you got to be mindful of the fact that the dragon spawns in a minute's time.
Yeah, Yike legendary. Just a casual solo bolo on the
Can
go.
they do the Baron? They're pinging it. They think that they have the damage. Broken Blade is TP, 10 seconds. No TP for Zeus. He's also dead for another 20. Oner will be alive, though.
True. And T1 might have the go, but we got the Void Queen, baby. Yike. Making it work. Stridebreaker movement speed. A little 2% for completed item. Feeling good. There's the chase down on Faker, and this is going to be an easy, quick, uncontested Baron pickup by the side of G2. And I feel the tension. It just continues to grow in the audience because I guarantee there are so many people here who feel the same way. All signs point to G2 win. Everything shows that they are favored.
The cast course is really strong.
Well, I'm just saying it like this is just facts.
It's true. Well, G2, they're going to be looking for this next dragon. Their third mountain of the game. But it could be T1's third of the game as well. It's T1 that looks to be first to the objective, but Handsome are going to do a bit of a base. So right now, G2's kind of timings are a bit messed up, but T1, they're going to choose to play safe. The level 17 Bel'Veth is not something they want to go toe-to-toe with right now.
Just continuing to scale, too. More and more attack speed, uncapped. See what the final item is going to be. I imagine a Death Stance just to come through here.
G2, they're just waiting for Hansama to get back into the lane. They've created a 1-4. They've abandoned topside. Caps has the TP.
Ooh, wave's not synced, though, so they're going to be a little bit awkward. T1 can respond to each point of pressure
Should
individually.
be okay. Oh, I think that with Caps, yeah, they're pushing that one in. They're going to connect to the 2 times.
All right, they got it.
Also the
Void Remora.
Mora, yeah. Acting as an extra wave.
One knock up there. Mickey immediately gonna find the knock up on a 3. Perfect combo. Temper fate. A little bit too late to temper the fate of T1 or the aggression of G2. Mickey finding another angle. Mikhail's out from Keria is clean though to make sure that his mid laner is safe as Hansama just walks up and tries to 2-shot the Bard. Has to be careful here though. Still double Nexus towers. But that is a lot of minions. Void Remora or otherwise. G2 going for the throat here. They do not want to mess around. Hansama still standing. Caps off to the side. Isolating Gumayusi. Gumayusi taking out Broken Blade, finding the kill. Faker is not going to be enough to keep this one going. Takes out Broken Blade in the meantime. Oner and Keria still standing, trying to burn through Caps, but they just do not have the damage to get it done. He goes golden. And Berlin, you know what time it is. It took all day. It took every single team we had, but G2,